And so we move on to bag E now, and bag E is all about the rear axle. Pretty straightforward in terms of putting the rear axle together. We've got the main shafts that are going to go through, the end cups that go over the axle, and a small amount of hardware, including some bearings that we need to attach on the end. They go on the end cups, in fact. So this is quite a straightforward step compared to the front. So there, I'll let me get this assembled and then show you what it looks like assembled. It's just a case of putting the ends together and screwing things together. Right. And there we go. That's bag E completed. A very straightforward step. Shafts in, a little bit of grease on the end, bearing, shim, covers, screw them together, done. And there we have. So that's your rear axle. We now move on to bag F. Right, so we move on to bag F. Here's the components for bag F. Yes, we are now talking about upper links for the front, lower links for the front, upper and lower links for the rear. Oh, here we go. And here we have our upper arm links, and this is set to 67.5mm, and making sure you put the correct ball link in each side. You've got a slightly longer one here and the main ball on there. Do 2 of those. Same again, you need to do on here. This one is a 90mm. Okay, and here just has the standard ball links both sides, so you make 2 of those. This here is the rear upper links, and again this one has the slightly longer ball link on one side and a standard ball link on the other, with a 48.5mm gap between. 2 of those. And the lower links for the rear, these are 71.5mm in between, and these have the standard links on each side, so I've done 2 of those. So that's bag F. Now, to do the ball links and to do these ball ends and everything else, I would recommend getting yourself a plier, which is a shaft plier. Use these for both your shocks and for your links. It has this special link here so that when you're popping the ball links through, you can pop them through nice and easy, and it goes through. And it's also very good at gripping the shaft without making a mark. So these are about a tenner off Amazon in the UK. So I recommend getting some of these, and they certainly help in terms of getting the ball links on. And there you go, we're on to the next steps. And we move on to bag G, and bag G is all about the drive shaft assembly for the central gearbox out to your axles front and rear. So again, you get your metal components. These are metal, and you get your packet of hardware to make these up. Nothing strenuous with these. I think quite easy to make. The only thing would be is putting this little spring over the end that holds the pin in place, and a little bit of grease. So straightforward. I'll pin you another little update as I show you how to put these little springs on, which is very similar to what we did before. Okay, right. So one thing I noticed different from my Range Rover, which is the Mark 1 of this chassis, is that these came pre-assembled. So on this kit, the Mark 2 version of the SCA-1E, you have to assemble these. So yeah, be fun. Okay, so bag G, what we're going to do is we're going to put these into position. So we've done the first bit, making this so this goes and travels through. And what you've got to be careful of, and just note here, is one of these has a little lip on it, which you can probably see here. If I can just go and show you. Okay, and one of these does not have a lip on it. It has a flat edge. Yeah. Okay, so you need to pop these like this. So we're going to be like that. So the one with the lip on one end, one on the other. Now how I go about putting these, so these little parts here, the pins that go in and through, I've already greased them just very lightly, just to make them just tacky, if you like, so they're just a bit sticky. And then you place that through, and then what you do is place one of the springs that's going to be retaining springs, and then you pop that through into there, into ready. Take one of the little pins here, these are the 2.0 by 10.8 pins, slot that through. I'll be able to get that in, my little fat fingers in the way, like that, so it goes through. And then how I go about putting the retaining spring round is I just turn this around until I get the very first coil, and then what I do is I use my nail and just bring that first coil over, and then what I do is I just keep my nail in the coil and just turn the shaft around. And as you turn the shaft around, it acts like a screw. You act like you're screwing the spring over and the coil over. You may need to use your other nail as you get to the end, and there you go. That's now in and the retaining clip on. So just show you that again. I've already got this sort of pre-greased, so it's tacky, so the hole can be seen. Okay, the retaining spring, place that into position, lining up the holes. Take the other pin, pop the pin through, use your nail just to push it all the way through, make sure it collects the other side. If it doesn't, just need to give it a jiggle, as Arkwright would say. This one's not playing ball very well. There we go. I think there's something in this one, a bit of swarf or something. Which is what's stopping that from going through. Oh, there we go. There we are. Yeah, there is a little bit of swarf in that one. And just feel it. A little bit of swarf in there. There we go. You can see there's a little bit of swarf in there. Now it should just go through. That's better. Right, so yeah, a little bit of swarf in there. Right, now and then do the little clip as we did before. So get that last of the ring. Patience is where you need to be. Doing this on camera always takes longer on camera, doesn't it? I did that last one really quickly. There we go. And now run my finger around, turning the shaft so it brings all three of the coils over and into the retaining position. There we are, done. There we go, and that's now done. There we are. That's bag G complete.